Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Shaq added fuel to the NBA draft lottery conspiracy theories. He shared the details of a conversation between himself and then Commissioner David Stern that occurred 3 months before the 1992 draft. Stern says to me, "Hey, can't wait for you to come to the NBA." Then he pulled me off to the side. "You want to play where it's cold or where it's hot?" He asked me that. Yeah, he did. He asked me that. And I was like, hot. And he smiled and I smiled. Shaq ultimately got his wish when Orlando won that year's lottery, with Charlotte and Minnesota getting the second and third picks respectively. You hear a lot of conspiracy theories, and there are a lot of situations that could make these situations sound good and sound true. It's very interesting how it's all played out. Nick, is the NBA draft lottery rigged?
So we just talked about this on my pod, Quick to the Point, Nick Van Exel pod, Quick to the Point. Check it out, YouTube. But we just talked about this because I've thought in the past it seemed a little fishy. You know what I'm saying? But this one I can't say so, because you want to help a situation to where you think that player is going to really elevate that city, right?
Right.
And to me, Cooper Flag he would have been perfect in Utah. You can't tell me no different. He would have been perfect in Utah. And Dallas, they already got a championship team. They come back healthy. By the time January, February come around and they all healthy, we're gonna be talking about Dallas as a championship contending team. So with them getting that number one pick, and Cooper Flag, of course, being the number one pick that everybody says, Cooper Flag may not even come in and help them right away in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. He may not help them in the playoffs. And him going to Utah, in my eyes, was the ideal situation. So I can't see this one being a fix. That's
definitely a fix, Nick. That's definitely a fix. Obviously, but I mean, but come on now. Just a coincidence. They get rid of Luka, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just so happened, of all teams that are in the lottery to get the number one pick, it just so happened, coincidentally, is Dallas.
Okay,
honestly,
let me ask
it's
you
so
this.
obvious. It's
okay. Let me ask you this: why? Like, what's the point for the NBA to do that? Like, what's the point?
I have no idea. We would never know what the point is. I mean, me personally, I would never know what the point is. But obviously, you get rid of Luka, and all of a sudden, you have nothing left. You got AD that's going to be by himself. Kyrie's coming back at some point when he gets a little bit off his ACL. Then there's nothing. There's nothing else. There's nothing else.
Yeah. See, everybody I talk to about it, like, they don't have a real, like, the reasoning for it.
We don't know the reason. We don't know the reason for it. We just know it makes no sense, and it's too coincidental.
No, but normally you would say something like, well, they gave up Luka to the Lakers. Now the Lakers, we gave them another future player, after LeBron leaves, and now we're going to do this favor for you guys. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're already a championship team if they come back healthy. So
right.
That's just my thinking. Like, I've thought before that David Robinson, San Antonio, Tim Duncan, San Antonio, they're Cleveland, LeBron. Like, I've thought some before, but this one, you couldn't tell me that the number one pick wasn't going to Utah and Cooper Flag was going to be in Utah next year, just because
people felt the same thing with Zion. Zion going to New Orleans the same year they lost AD. Well, everybody swore if they don't think anything else was rigged in '85, the first year they had the lottery, and Patrick Ewing goes to the Knicks, they swear that was rigged.
Now, see, that one you can say, like, New York, big media market. We need a big time player. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a reason to say that for that one.
Right.
Ocho ain't gave me no reason yet, so I can't roll with you, Ocho.
I know you can't roll with me. To me, it just if it's smoke, there's a fire somewhere. And when it comes to that one, I could be wrong, but it's too close. It's too close.
Okay.
Kendrick Perkins called out Donovan Mitchell, saying, "Hey, Donovan, A Donovan Mitchell-led team has never been to the conference finals. Donovan Mitchell, you got a coach fired. You got J.B. Bickerstaff fired. This is a fact. You had no communication with that man while he was there. So you didn't like him, right? As soon as he got fired, you signed a contract extension, right? You extended with the Cavs. Nick, is there any truth to what Big Perk is saying?
I think Big Perk, is entitled to his opinion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I see a little truth to that, but here's my thinking on that. When you get rid of J.B. Bickerstaff, you substituted a defensive, gritty, you know what I'm saying, we're going to come at you kind of a coach. You know what I'm saying? That took Cleveland from where they were nothing and started building that thing up.
Yes.
They got an identity, right? And Kenny Atkinson is a great coach. I worked with him in Atlanta. He's a great coach. Great with the X's and O's, but he's more of an offensive-minded coach, right? Yes. And he's more of a laid-back. You can see his demeanor on the sideline. He's more of a laid-back players kind of a coach. Well, JB hey, no hats in the meetings. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna do defensive slides in practice. You know what I'm saying? So he created an identity that, to me, I think they lost. I think they wanted more offense, and they lost their grit, their griminess, and they lost to a team in Indiana who I thought was going to beat them anyway because of the way they played. But Garland sat out a game. Hunter sat out a game. The big guy Mobley sat out a game. Like, I don't think they sit out those games if they got that grittiness still in them with a coach like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's some truth to what Perk is saying, but I'm not gonna come at my man like that because I think he balled his butt off. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need some help. You need some help. But I think they substituted offense for defense, and they lost a lot of that grittiness with Coach Bickerstaff left.
But at some point in time, Donovan's going to have to get a team to the conference finals because he's had the better team on several occasions. You win 64 games this year, and you get bounced in the second round. You lose 3 games at home. We saw in Utah, he had great situations, up 0-2. I mean, had a team down 2-0, the Clippers. They lose. So at some point in time, if he's a superstar, that's what we do with superstars. We put that blame. When KD didn't get it done, we blame KD. When LeBron didn't get it done, we blame LeBron. If Donovan Mitchell is a superstar, you can't win 64 games and go home. Lose 3 games. And lose 3 games at home? 3?
Yeah, that was tough. And then the way they lost game 2 was, once they lost game 2, you knew
I knew it was over there.
It was over once they lost game 2.
Yeah.
That just broke their spirit.
It is. I mean, they had the game in hand in game 1.
Yep.
And they lost it. Yep. You're like, okay, hey, 1 game, hey, you go back, we win game 2, now we go to Indiana, we get game, we back all square. And like you said, when Halliburton hit that shot, like, nah, all right.
Well, Halliburton, he from Wisconsin, right? He top player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Hit big shots.
Hold on. Where you from?
That's what we do. Hit big
you from
shots.
Wisconsin?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheesehead.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be trying to talk about my Packers. None of that. We had one of the greatest receivers in history. He finally got in the Hall of Fame, man. I'm so happy about that shit, man. God, man, y'all been tripping, man. My man in the Hall of Fame. His numbers better than motherfuckers played 15 years, man. Stop playing.